my hot pumpkin spice tea. Oh my God. It's literally 95 degrees outside and I just came in from an hour walk. Hello everyone, if you're new here, I'm Alan with Earthglow and this channel is all about sharing the joy of candle making. As I just said, it is kind of the heart of summer here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is like 90 degrees. But today's video is really important for all of us as candle makers, as we know, because even though it's summer, we are already preparing for our fall and winter collections. And with that said, today's video is going to be an unboxing and out of the bottle first impressions of Makesy's Fall Discovery Kit. And I'm super excited about this one because, as you all know, I'm really passionate about a lot of their oils, but I'm excited to smell this kit in particular because there were a lot of things that they had posted about it, if any of you have been reading their recent emails, on how this kit is supposed to have some of their most unique and complex fragrances yet. But anyways, if this is something that you are interested in, then consider subscribing. I am always posting candle business related videos, and fragrance videos are my absolute favorite to film. I'm a little bit obsessed with fragrances and proud of it. But anyways, let's get right into this one, and I hope that you enjoy. Now, before we get into this unboxing, I do always like to put out the disclaimer that this is just an out-of-the-bottle first impressions video, so you always want to test your final impressions in a final product, but these videos are a lot of fun to film, and I know that you all love them on my channel, and so I'm excited to get into this one. One other quick thing, there's always a chance that a fragrance I really like, you might not like, and also the chance that a fragrance you really like, I might put on my fails list. That's just gonna be the nature with fragrance oils. They are highly subjective. And the other thing I wanna mention is that these fragrances were sent to me by Makesy, but this video is in no way sponsored by Makesy. And as I always say, I give my honest impressions and opinions on fragrances on this channel. And any of you that have been around will definitely know that by now. But let's get right into this unboxing. And just so you can see how this is packaged, they do use a repurposable packaging. Almost 100% of their packaging is going to be, I've found, where you can just repurpose it or recycle it. Oh my God, I love the presentation of these kits as well, just so you all can see. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just going to cut the front portion of this guy, and I kind of cut a little bit in the wrong spot there, but that's okay. So, oh my gosh, okay, so I'm just gonna show you all inside here. The presentation is top notch, as always, with this company. Really love their branding, and especially after they changed their names, I feel like their branding did get even a notch better. Another thing that's nice about this one is it does come with the blotter strips, and I think that this has always been the case with this company, and it just makes it easier because a lot of times with fragrances, if you just smell them straight out of the bottle or even on the cap, you're not going to get a very balanced note profile. Oh my God. Okay, so this first one here is Natural White Cardamom and Sweet Clove. Now, I have not looked at any notes whatsoever. They did send me some notes for these fragrances, but I will be putting up on the screen just kind of the note profiles so that you can laugh at me when I probably get none of that right. I just like to give my out-of-the-bottle impressions without consulting anything prior. So I haven't even looked at the names of these oils. I just like to smell them for you all. But I'm gonna pull this little stopper out just because I want to be able to stick a blotter strip in here. But they do tend to put these little stoppers in their bottles. And some people have said that that's really useful when they're trying to just get little tiny amounts. Oh my God, you all, I can smell something that is very intriguing to me from a distance with this one. And as I said, with this company, a lot of the fragrances, before I get into this, a lot of the fragrances are going to be very clean in terms of they are free of phthalates, they are free of carcinogens, usually Prop 65 compliant. So that's really important to me as just a business. Those are a lot of values that I hold at the heart of my business. And so I just love that with almost 100% of the oils from this company, they meet all that criteria. Okay, so this is natural white cardamom and sweet clove. Yes, 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 this is clove, but this is definitely more of an upscale clove. Wow, yeah, so I'm getting definitely, it smells like fall and winter to me. I feel like this is an oil that would be good to have in a fall collection that you could take right into the holidays, and people would be buying this one from, you know, early October, September on into January. Wow, this is very prominent out of the bottle, and this is definitely upscale in terms of the clove. I'm getting a lot of different spices with this one, but I'm also getting a smooth base. And I'm someone personally who does not like a lot of those cinnamon heavy spices. This one to me is definitely more clove heavy than cinnamon heavy. There might be a little bit of cinnamon in here, but I'm definitely getting the clove, and then maybe something a little bit citrusy with this one. I'm not sure if I'm picking up some orange, or the top note has, I think, a little bit of citrus that I'm getting paired with the spice notes. And then there's definitely a nice kind of even, maybe like a white sheer musk or a woody type of a base with this one. Overall, really well done. Okay, what should we do next? I think I want to check out, okay, oh my God, let's check out this Brandied Cherry and Exotic Woods. And I do also like with the names on these ones that they tell you it's kind of more minimalistic with the names, so you just kind of know some of the main notes in the oil. And for me personally, I like that because I go for more of a minimalistic vibe as well with my candle collections. All right, I'm gonna pull this little stopper out here. Now, I'm hoping that I don't get something that smells like cough medicine, because sometimes with these cherry fragrances, I don't know. So here goes Brandied Cherry and Exotic Woods. This is really a combination of the cherry with the woods. I don't know if this scent is for me as much. I can definitely appreciate it. I like that there's a lot of woods with the cherry, but I still get a little bit more cherry in this one than I would like. It's kind of a, I guess, a candied cherry. I can't really argue with it because it does, you know, smell like a cooked down type of a cherry. And the more that this one does dry down on the blotter strip, I do pick up more of those woody notes. This one's pretty prominent out of the bottle too. And actually, the more that this one dries down, it definitely is kind of growing on me, and I'd be curious how this one would smell burning in a candle. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention is that at the end of this video, I am gonna be rating these fragrances. You know, that's just something that I like to do with these videos. So next up, we've got Cranberry and Mediterranean Fig. Now, I tend to really like fig fragrances in general. I've got a lot of them that I've used in my line. And so this one, the fact that it blends it with cranberry, I think could go really well. It's not a combination that I have tried yet personally, but I'm intrigued. I think that it's gonna be something probably spa-like, probably hopefully gonna take me to Europe, to Barcelona, to Prague. So let's see what Cranberry and Mediterranean Fig is gonna do for us. Yeah. Okay, I'm definitely getting more of a cranberry with this one, and I'm surprised. I like it. It's not as prominent as some of the other ones out of the bottle. I am wishing that it were more prominent. And it's definitely, it's a subtle fig to me. It's there, but I'm definitely getting more of some spice notes to this one, some light spices, maybe some cardamom, maybe some teakwood, maybe some, yeah, kind of like that black cardamom type of a vibe. It's very sensual. What should we do next? Oh my God, okay. Let's see. Should we do this black walnut and glazed maple? Let's see what this one is. Mulled spices and toffee vanilla. Some of these names just like are making me drool. All right, let's check out this black walnut and glazed maple. This one, I have never smelled anything like a black walnut fragrance before. I've definitely smelled a lot of those maple and bourbon, apple and maple type fragrances. And I can already smell this one from like 6 inches away, even with the stopper in the bottle. Or I can smell something. Okay, So I'm hoping that I get something that is definitely an upscale gourmand with this one. Again, kind of like that sensual, seductive, like I'm sitting out in an industrial cafe outside as the leaves are changing color, drinking my chai latte, and that's the kind of vibe that I'm hoping that this black walnut and glazed maple gives. So let's see what it's gonna do for us. Oh my God. This is high end. Yeah, this is high end, you all. Oh my goodness. This smells like I'm walking into, wow, this is very refined. I don't even know. I'm getting the black walnut and I'm getting the maple, but this is definitely an upscale gourmand. This is something that I think people could wear even. It kind of brings to mind like Le Labo and sort of like a fall rendition of their Santal 33. It's not really Santal at all that I'm smelling, but it's along those lines. It's a little more gourmand than that, but it's definitely just sensual. For those of you who like your bourbon fragrances, your oh my God, like teakwood, but not teakwood in a sense of, I'm talking more, if you want an upscale gourmand in terms of a fragrance that you could even wear, this black walnut and glazed maple, I feel like it's very niche specific though. It could be polarizing, but personally, wow, there's something that is so smooth about this one and sensual. Yeah, it's got a sweetness to it, but it's just seductive and not in like a headache inducing way. It's seductive in a refined way, a very high end way. It's almost to the point where I'm walking down the streets of Manhattan with my leather briefcase, like Tom Ford-esque, Le Labo-esque. Let's take a look at this chocolate oud and caramelized sugar. This is another gourmand, and gourmands are very hard to do, I think, for fragrance companies, especially when they're upscale gourmands, because think about it. When we're talking about upscale fragrances, we're talking about something that's so cohesive that you could almost wear it. It's like a designer type of a vibe, but putting that into a candle and merging that with a gourmand is, I think, very challenging for fragrance companies all in all. So this next one, chocolate oud and caramelized sugar. Again, I'm hoping for something that is high end, that is almost a wearable fragrance or something that I'd want to put into body butter. I always give chocolate fragrances a hard time on this channel because I always think that they smell like dog's earwax to me. I know that's very, very strange, but anyways, here goes chocolate oud and caramelized sugar. Yeah, this is good. I'm getting like a dark chocolate from this. It's like a straight dark chocolate. And I'm getting like a sweet note, kind of a caramelized, well, exactly what it says. It's a caramelized sugar. This is like if you had a cup of hot chocolate almost, but you had like some high-end version of that with like a caramelized topping. I'm definitely getting a base to this one as well that is very well-rounded, maybe some vanilla, maybe even some sandalwood a little bit to this one. Let's take a look at this Mulled spices and toffee vanilla. I give this company a lot of praise for going for all these gourmands, because as I said, I think that they're some of the most challenging when you're doing upscale fragrances to be able to do. Ooh, I can smell something with this one as well from about 6 inches away that's very intriguing. So here goes Mulled spices and toffee vanilla. Oh my God, yes. Okay, this one, there's something about it that almost smells like sassafras. If any of you have smelled, I don't know why I'm getting that. I definitely get some spice notes, but there's something about this that really has like almost a lemongrass or a sassafras aesthetic. It's beautiful. It definitely smells very essential oil heavy, but to me personally, the spices that I'm getting are lighter spices. I could definitely see this one going in a year-round collection. It's one of the most elegant takes on a lemongrass that I have ever smelled, and I don't even know if that's in here, but that's just what I'm getting. And I work extensively with that essential oil, so It's one of those scents that once you smell it, you kind of never forget. Yeah, it's like lemongrass on steroids, and it has like light echoes of spice to it as well. And I would say that it's definitely an aromatherapy type of a scent and a spa type of a scent, and I would say that this one is going to lean more upscale, and it's going to be very niche specific. I think this would be absolutely beautiful in a lot of bath and body applications as well. And I will say that Makesy has some fragrances that are my absolute favorites to use in my body butters, just because people never complain about irritation on their skin, and they're so well done in terms of how clean the oils are. Okay, next up, let's take a look at this Pistachio, Kulfi, and Whipped Saffron. That is an intriguing name to me as well. Expecting something kind of nutty, kind of sweet, but again with that saffron, it's a very upscale note, I would say, in fragrance. And I'm just gonna take the stopper out. It's one that I personally didn't like at first, but it's really grown on me the more that I've been intrigued with fragrance. So again, I'm expecting something really complex, an upscale type of a gourmand. So let's see what this one's gonna do for us. Okay, this is definitely complex. It's smooth, it's sensual, it's upscale. Yeah, this is very complex. This one, I think in order for me to evaluate it, I'd really have to have it in a candle, because I feel like this oil out of the bottle is so strong that I'd almost need to smell it burning to really know how it's gonna take shape. It's nutty, yes. It's a little bit sweet, but it's more nutty and sensual and exotic than anything else. I'm definitely getting the saffron and the pistachio to this one. I'd say that those are the two primary notes, but there's a very smooth, rich base profile to this one. I can't tell if I'm picking up sandalwood, cedarwood, maybe some guaiac wood. It's very, very smooth. And the more that this dries down on the blotter strip, I'm able to kind of smell more of those individual notes. But when you first dip this one and smell it right out of the bottle, I would suggest letting it dry down, maybe even putting the blotter strip into a little container and sealing it, or a little plastic bag, and then coming back to it half an hour later, because this oil, well, I just whacked myself in the face. This oil is one that, as I said, as it's drying down, even just over the minute or so that I've been talking about it, I'm definitely getting more of those individual notes, and wow, got 3 more to go here. Ooh, okay, this is the one that I think I'm gonna be probably most excited about. This is charcoal, rose, and frankincense. Now, I know frankincense can be a polarizing note. You either really like it or you don't. I'm one of those people that really likes it, and I'm excited to see how rose and charcoal could go with frankincense. I feel like that could be actually a really good high-end combination. All right, so I'm expecting something floral, but also something that is incensey and maybe masculine. And I'm smelling something already that's intriguing to me from like 6 inches away here. Wow, this is different. Wow, okay. This definitely brings to mind like a smoked oud type of a scent. Again though, with Makesy, I don't really get that smoke in your hair type of a vibe that I've complained about from some other companies. A lot of their more campfire type of scents to me smell more true like an actual campfire. With this one, oh my god, I just whacked myself again. I'm definitely getting more of that charcoal element, most prominently out of the bottle. So I'd say that this one's gonna lean more masculine, but it does have that little hint of floral in there as well, which I think that this one is another example of a fragrance that you'd really want to let it just dry down for a while, or put it into a bag, or a little, put the blotter strip into a little container and go back to it after a few hours, because this one I think would really take a lot of shape that way. But yeah, out of the bottle, I'm definitely getting the charcoal notes. I'm getting some very light florals in the background, and I'm getting definitely an incensey component as well. I don't know that I'd pick out that it was frankincense per se. I almost get a little bit of myrrh in this one. It's very complex. I'm really curious how this would smell in a candle. Okay, we've got 2 more oils to go, and then we're gonna rank these at the end. Oh wow, okay, this next one is Emberwood and Sweet Resin. You can see that there. And again, this one, resins are gonna be more incensey type notes. Frankincense, for example, is a resin, copal is a resin, myrrh is a resin. And I tend to really like them, but combined with Emberwood, you're gonna hopefully get more of those kind of woody, earthy, maybe even smoky notes to this one. Expecting something kind of masculine maybe, and again, that word is subjective, but we all kind of know what it associates with. But also I'm expecting something that is spiritual and that has that resinous component of like a frankincense, a copal, a myrrh. Even dragon's blood is a type of resin. It comes from a tree. And yeah, so here goes Emberwood and Sweet Resin by Makesy. Oh my God, you all. Wow. Okay, this is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, this one I think is very, it could be you either like it or you don't. But for me personally, wow, yeah, this has definitely got a resinous spiritual component to it. I'm getting a woody component. I don't know that I'm getting, well, yeah, I guess I am kind of getting a smoky component as well, but it's almost like a burned wood or a charred wood, but not in like a bad type of a way. It's in a very high-end way. It definitely has that ember, I guess, component to it. I'm also getting maybe some lavender or some light like floral echoes in the background that are kind of spa-like to this one. Wow. Okay, this is almost what I think I was wanting from Candle Science's, what is it called? I'll put the name up on the screen, but I really wanted to like that fragrance, and I just didn't. But this one almost reminds me of that oil, but like what I was hoping I would get from that oil. Wow. Okay, I'm excited to put this one into a candle and see how this guy does. This Emberwood and Sweet Resin. Definitely another one of my favorites. Okay, next up and last of this haul. I'm so sad. This is the last one. This is Sultry Blossoms and Vanilla Woods. There we go. Okay, this cap is pretty tight. So the name on this one sounds like it's pretty high end. I'm expecting something that's earthy, that's woody, but also that's sensual and seductive, like it says with the Sultry Blossoms. So let's see what this one is gonna do for us. Okay, yes. This one is lighter out of the bottle. That's really probably gonna be my only complaint here with it, but I think that this one I'm getting a rich, luxurious vanilla to this one, and it definitely has a sensual quality. There are floral notes to it, but they're more in the background. I would say that this one is more of a spa type of an oil out of the bottle, and I think it would be excellent as well if you do like shampoo bars or in soap. Yeah, this one, it's beautiful. It's very elegant and it's refined. And the more it dries down, the more I am getting just a balance of all the notes. When I initially smelled this one, I was getting mostly the base actually, which usually I pick up the top notes first, but this one has a very rich exotic base with the vanilla. And it's not a sweet vanilla. It's definitely like a sheer vanilla, like a woody, earthy vanilla, like a white woods almost, and then, or a guaiac wood, or a lavandin. And then the top notes to this one, all the different florals, but not heady florals, more exotic spa-like florals kind of come together. So the last thing I want to do with these oils is rank them. So I'm going to be choosing 5 of my top favorites of these oils, and I'm going to rank them, I guess, from number 5 to number 1, which is going to be really hard for me to do probably. Okay, so my number 5 would probably have to be going between, I think it would have to be this charcoal rose and frankincense. This one's really interesting. I would love to smell it in a candle. I'm probably gonna make my top 5 into candles and let you all know. I've been playing around with a bunch of different waxes, so we'll see what I end up doing, but I would put the charcoal, rose, and frankincense in number 5. I think it'd be really great, especially for one of those niche type of collections for something high-end and exotic and smoky. And then number 4, I'm putting this Emberwood and Sweet Resin. Again, this one, as I mentioned, is what I was really wanting from that Candle Science fragrance that I'll put the name up on the screen of. And this one just smells smooth. It smells earthy, woody, but also just sultry and spa-like with a little bit of a kick to it with that kind of smoke and embery wood. So that's my number 4. And then in number 3, I'm gonna put this Pistachio, Kulfi, and Whipped Saffron. And this one is one that you really kind of want to let it dry down. It's very potent out of the bottle, and the notes come together much better if you put it on a blotter strip and just let it sit for a minute on the blotter strip. But this one is nutty, and also you get that saffron to it. It's very exotic. It smells almost like a macaron type of a fragrance, or one of those kind of high-end like tea latte type fragrances. I can imagine if you had a cafe collection or something where you're doing like a bakery collection but leaning more high-end, or even a European bakery type of a collection, that this one would be really, really good. And then in number 2, I am putting this natural white cardamom and sweet clove. This fragrance, it's so prominent out of the bottle, and it is so high-end smelling, and it just screams fall to me. Oh my god, I just whacked myself again! But yeah, this one just screams fall to me. It's very nostalgic. It smells like something that my mom used to burn in the fall and winter, but it's almost like you're walking into a high-end store, and this is something that they would have in their department store, but it's very high-end. Like in New York City, or in somewhere that is like East Coast but cozy, but also like maybe like Cape Cod or something, but like at Christmas time. I just adore it. And you probably all are not going to be surprised by this, but my number 1 favorite from this haul, this fragrance, you all, is so different and so high-end, and it's pretty prominent too out of the bottle. Again, it's one of those oils that you want to put it on a strip and just let it dry down for a while before you really smell it, because the notes will not come together just smelling it off the cap. It does smell good, but it's not nearly as complex as when you put it on a blotter strip and let it dry down, and even waiting for a while with the fragrance in a bag or in a little bottle, with the strip in a little bottle, I can imagine would even bring out the notes more on this one. This one in particular is really, really tempting for me. It's so high-end smelling, so prominent, exotic, and complex. Well, that is going to be all for this one, and if you did enjoy, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and a thank you once again to Makesy for sending me these oils. Again, this video was in no way sponsored by Makesy, and they, as always with any fragrances that I review, are aware that I'm going to be giving my 100% honest opinion for better or for worse on these oils. But I want to thank them once again for reaching out to me and sending me these fragrances and helping me make this content sustainable for you all on this channel, because I know you all do really enjoy my fragrance videos. Leave me a comment down below of which of these oils you're most excited about, or some of your favorite fall fragrances. I definitely love to see what you all enjoy and check them out. But anyways, I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light, and I'm wishing all of you happy candle making.